I'm holding $3.50 in my right hand. That's right, folks, $3.50 in my hand. Now take a minute to think about that. Now that I have your attention, I would like to talk to you today and perhaps persuade you to use alternative modes of transportation to save yourself money. You ask yourself, can this really be done? Sure it can. I'm living proof of it. My wife and I carpool to work together each week. The savings that you can realize over a year's worth of using alternative modes of transportation can be enormous. So today I'd like to talk to you about 3 modes of transportation other than just driving your own vehicle. These will include carpooling, bicycling, and walking. Let's start out by talking about carpooling. Let me tell you a personal story. I got back from Bagram Air Base, Afghanistan in January 2010. Prior to going to Afghanistan, I drove to work each day, and my wife drove to work each day as well. Well, when you get to thinking about it, our jobs are only about 2.5 miles apart. So at that point, we kind of got our heads together and we said, hey, we could really save some money if we carpool. Well, until I got ready to really go wholeheartedly with it, I didn't realize just how much we could save. If you figure that we drive 64 miles round trip each day, that's a lot of miles on your vehicle. That's a lot of gas consumed. At $3.50 a gallon, it's over $4,200 per year for just one vehicle. So you double that, and we were spending over $8,000 a year to transport ourselves back and forth to work. Since we began carpooling, that's been cut in half, and that is a substantial savings. It's huge to us. We have children in school. We need the money for other things than gas, and it's been a huge help. In addition to saving us money like that, something we can all comprehend here is that carpooling can save wear and tear on our vehicles. The average for a month's worth of wear and tear on a vehicle is figured at $42. So add that up over a year, there's another substantial savings to be gained there as well. And now, lastly, I know we all love it each year whenever the tax man comes around and wants his money for us using the highways. I don't know about you and what state you live in, but here in South Carolina we do have to pay a road tax. With less vehicles on the road, there will be less wear and tear on the road, and therefore a chance for that tax to be lowered or maybe even gotten rid of totally one day. Having said this, let's look at the next area I mentioned. How about bicycling? Now, bicycling might not be for everybody. Like I said, I live 64 miles round trip away, so we're talking 32 miles one way to work. I'm not Lance Armstrong. I can't ride a bike that far, so it's not going to benefit me going to work. So how could it benefit me? Well, if you live closer to your work, of course, you can bicycle. You're not going to have as hard a time getting through traffic. You're not going to have as hard a time finding a place to park, and you're not going to use any fuel at all. So that alternative mode there in itself is going to cut out fuel altogether for you. Bicycling can be used in other ways as well. How about the 2-mile trip you make from your house to go visit friends or family? Or how about the maybe 3-mile trip you make from your house to go to the grocery store to pick up a few items? I know if you're like me and you take your vehicle to the grocery store, you're more inclined to buy more, sometimes stuff you don't need, but you won't, and take it home with you. Well, if you take your bicycle, you're doing 2 things there. You're saving yourself money on the fuel to get to the store, and secondly, you're limiting the amount of space that you have to carry groceries and goods back with you, so you're more apt to stick to your list and not stray. Now, what we do here at my house is the grocery store is 1.5 miles down the road. On weekends, let's say we made our big grocery shopping trip for the week and we're going to watch a movie, want some popcorn, want something we don't have, that's where the bicycle comes into play. First, the question is, do I want it bad enough that I'm going to pedal myself down there? And secondly, like I said before, once I get there, I'm less apt to come home, with things I don't need, so I didn't spend as much money. Now, there is a hidden benefit to bicycling as well. and that's your health. It helps you be healthier. It doesn't release as many pollutants into the environment, which can in turn help us with the amount of taxes we pay once again, because you're not driving your vehicle, you're not making the pollutants go in the environment, affecting the greenhouse, and not as much money has to be spent researching and trying to clean our air. So lastly, let's talk about walking. Walking is similar to bicycling in that you're limited in the distance you can travel. Like I said before, 32 miles to work one way, not going to walk that, not going to happen. There's no way I can get up early enough to make it. But in day-to-day use, if you do live close enough to your job, why not? Why not forget about firing up that vehicle, burning up $3.50 a gallon, just to go 3 miles to your job? Here in South Carolina, where I'm at, most of the year, the weather is good enough that walking is a viable option. Walking is kind of similar to bicycling also in that we use it here at our house whenever we're going to visit friends or go to the store. Like I said, sometimes on the weekend I might want to run down to the store and grab something. Well, walking is an alternate option to the bicycle. Walking, like bicycling, also has the hidden benefit of health. Helps you be healthier. And in addition to that, it also has the benefit of the potential for helping not spend so much money on reducing pollutants and cleaning up the environment, because you're not putting off gases, you're not causing an effect on the greenhouse that way. And walking also additionally saves wear and tear on the highways, kind of similar to what we said with carpooling. Now I'd like you to consider these 3 ideas that I've given you here, and I want you to apply them to your daily life. I want you to make this a part of your routine, and this will save you money. When I tell you that I went from $8,000 a year in fuel to $4,000 a year in fuel, I think that's pretty representative of what adapting alternate modes of transportation could do for you in your life. So today, we talked about alternate modes of transportation to save you money. These included carpooling, bicycling, and walking. I hope that you have found all these to be of use to you, of value to you. I know that I have, and I've related to you in personal means how it has affected me and my family. It's definitely given us a lot more money to do things we want to with versus what we have to with. I appreciate you listening today, and are there any questions?